of Islam. So now we will be describing question 2 for our lab 2 of the operating system course. So here with perspective to question 1, for question 2 we were given a tree diagram for which we have to write a C program code, and which we will be compiling and running in our Fedora 35 operating system. And based on that, after generating the output, we will be describing and discussing about how the requirement was made based on the question and the T diagram and the processes works in which way. So let's move on with the Fedora operating system here. So at first we have written the code here. So for the code here we can see the parent process is the original, and then it was the child processes are in the tree. The branches are clone 1 and clone 2, and in this side it was showed that clone 3 and clone 4. As we were asked for that the full program will create 5 processes. So here at first we took integer the 5 processes: original, clone 1, clone 2, clone 3 and clone 4. And based on that, here for the original we put the function get PID. It will get the parent ID, and then for clone 1 we started using with the fork function that we also used before. So here the process will start if clone 1 is equals to 0, then it will show the output. But if then using for clone 2 function for using the fork function, if the clone 2 is greater than 0, then it will show the output I am obsolete version, and the recent version is the ID of that particular output. And then else if this does if this process doesn't happen, then for clone 3 using the fork function, for if the clone 3 is equals to 0, then clone 4 will use the fork function, and if clone 4 is also equals to 0, then it will show the output of I am the sophisticated clone, and the identifier of my parent is the PID. It will get the PID from using this original parent process. And then otherwise, if this does not meets the demand, then else it will print that I am the parent, my process identifier is this, and my clones are this, and this statement and the PIDs will be generated. So let's give it a check how it works. So at first we will compile the code. After compiling the code, we'll print out the output. Here, so we can see that for the output, here the parent by process for clone 1 it was printed, and then according to the question the demands were met, and the main thing is the ID of the child processes were shown. So for the process identifier, the parent ID was 4198, and for the child processes for clone 1 it was 4199 and 4200. And then for the sophisticated clone, the parent ID will be 1354, and then the child ID for 2 will be 1354 as well, and then child ID 3 will be 4202. And this way the identifiers will be printed out or shown as output based on the process tree that were given to us and the code generated. So thank you.